All right, so if you ever been there with a closed-off, guarded prospect who's giving you one-word answers or feels really disconnected or standoffish, you understand the frustration that comes with it. And now here's the thing. If we just allow ourselves to go through the motions of the conversation without uncovering this hidden information or getting them to fully open up and be transparent with us, well, you're going to be shooting yourself in the foot, wasting a whole bunch of time with people who have no chance of closing in the first place. So let's look at these 3 simple strategies that you can implement right now to help them to open up and get down to the root of what's really going on so you can close a lot more sales. Number 1, numero uno, no-based questions. So a no-based question goes right against the grain of what you've probably been taught by the gurus that had their selling day back in the 80s with used cars. You see, back in the day, they used to believe that if I could lead my prospect down the road of saying yes as many times as possible before I get to the close, that they would just naturally say yes to the close as well. But with today's more sophisticated buyers in the information age, this actually does a lot more to sabotage sales than it can actually help them. And here's the reason. When you're being yesed down the road, like, hey, did you still want to get on that call? Or, hey, are you still interested in our possible solution? Well, this feels like a trap. It feels like to your prospect, they're being trapped. And when they feel trapped, they're going to throw up their defense mechanisms, or what we can call sales resistance. And this will keep you from closing deals. So instead, embrace the power of no, because no will put your prospects at ease. No will give them the feeling of control. No will give them the safety to share with you what's really going on. And so let me play this quick example where I was taking one of my sales reps through, and you'll see just a little bit more behind the scenes of how this can look.
So he's already mentioned like goals, financially motivated. He says he's a police officer. Be like, so, I mean, are you satisfied with the amount of money that you're bringing in from that right now? No. Well, why not? And then he'll go all in and start talking about it. Like, no-based questions actually go a long way to help your prospect feel safe in their self-expression, because people love to correct others. And you'll usually get more good information from that than asking them questions that they could easily answer with a yes.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. And that's part of the reason why I feel like I'm getting a lot of short answers a lot of times and like no info, because I'm kind of inferring the answer that I want. And so they're just in agreement, as opposed to me saying like, you know, so instead of exactly what you said, instead of saying, so you're trying to go full time with this, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet. You know, being like you said, if I say, so you're not financially comfortable with the job you're at, or, you know, satisfied, they have to at least know, not, oh, why not? And it just, it creates the stem as opposed to just answering it for them.
Yeah, 100%. You hit the nail on the head there. So when I have genuine curiosity and it's a question that I don't think I know the answer to, I'll ask it open-ended. Like, so, I mean, what brought you to the call today? What's going on? But if it's something where, you know, they've booked a call because they want to go full-time online. If I say, okay, so we're here because you want to go full-time online, right? Yes. Okay, now the pressure's still on me to come up with now my next question.
Yeah, that's what I've been feeling a lot.
Yeah.
Cool. So the reason that this is effective, again, is because we're giving them the safety to open up and correct us. A no-based question really is just a question where we're going to ask, and understanding that the no response will move the sale forward. So instead of, so you're looking to make more money, right? So are you satisfied with the current level of income that you've been producing? No, I'm not. Oh, really? Well, tell me more. Why not? And this is going to allow your prospects to feel in control as they open up and share with you more of what's really going on. Número dos, labels. Labels are just anything that starts with sounds like, seems like, or looks like. And to be clear, I stole this strategy right out of Never Split the Difference by Chris Voss. He was the FBI's lead hostage negotiator and uncovered the incredible power of labels. So labels do two things, which is why it's number 2. So the cool thing is when you apply an accurate label, it's going to allow your prospect to feel seen, heard, and understood, or in other terms, properly diagnosed. Now, in order for you to have an effective prescription that they're going to trust, they need to feel adequately diagnosed. So if I were to use a label, for example, correctly in the context of someone who's like, blah, 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 I don't have leads, it's been really tough, I'm not getting anything in my business. I'd be like, okay, so it sounds like marketing is the main roadblock right now between you starting off and being able to get this full time. And if I'm right, they'll say, yeah, it's been really frustrating and I'm just not sure what to do. Cool. That's, again, going to allow them to feel heard and understood, properly diagnosed so that my prescription actually lands. Now, on the flip side, if I apply an incorrect label, it's still a benefit because they will correct me, similar to the no-based question, which is going to lead them into sharing more of this important information. So let's say I did the same thing. Well, it seems like marketing is the biggest challenge for you at this point. They could say, no, actually, I've been getting a pretty decent amount of people to the phones, but when they're there, I just have no idea what to say to close them. Cool. Even though I was incorrect with my label, they still feel that I care, and in the process of correcting me, they have disclosed the hidden information that I was looking for in the first place. I'm totally cool with being wrong, as long as it furthers the sale. So that's labeling. Again, anything that starts with sounds like, seems like, looks like. Now the third one, very similar in the effects, but even easier for you to apply, and that's called mirroring. And I already have done a video right here that you can take a look at for a more in-depth look at mirroring, but it would suffice to say this is one of the true Jedi mind tricks that you can use on sales calls. And in a nutshell, mirroring is really just repeating back to your prospect the last 3 to 4 words or the 3 to 4 key words in their last sentence with an upward inflection. Meaning, if someone were to be like, man, I mean, things are going pretty good, but I'm not getting many leads. I would say, not getting many leads? And I would shut up. Very simple. This now holds space for them to go deeper and further elaborate on how they mean by not enough leads. They'll be like, well, yeah, I mean, I'm like posting every day on social media, but people just aren't reaching out. So it's like, I mean, I feel like I'm putting all this work in and just not seeing any results. Got you. Well, I appreciate the vulnerability in sharing that with me. So again, no-based questions, asking questions where the prospect saying no would actually move the sale forward allows them to feel safe in sharing this more in-depth, vulnerable information that you need to uncover. Labeling does two things. It gets them to feel seen, heard, and understood, so they will trust your prescription after you've made your adequate diagnosis. Or with a inaccurate label, they will correct you, still going on to actually disclosing the information that you need to uncover. And mirroring, again, Jedi mind trick, it's basically just your way of buying time on a call and getting them in the process still to go deeper. Because if all I'm doing is yesing someone into the close, I can guarantee I'm not getting the information that I need, and I have no emotional leverage with which to actually make the sale. But if you implement just one of these 3 simple things, I guarantee you're going to see your sales numbers go through the roof. So again, if you haven't already, make sure to smash that like button on the way out. I really appreciate it. It's the only tuition that I ask of you in exchange for consuming these free sales trainings. And if you haven't already, go right down below me, hit subscribe so you never miss out on any of the new videos that I pump out every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday to help you close more sales and change more lives in the process. I will see you in the next one.